Hello, my name is Andrea Garcia, and we decided to analyze the U.S. Department of Education graduation rate for 6 years. First off, let me introduce you our members. We have Hope, Andrea, Logan, Charles, and Michael. Through our outline, we created hyperlinks to help you easily navigate through our presentation. For a data overview, we were given data on nearly 1,500 universities and colleges from across the United States. We analyzed the 6-year graduation rate and used it as a dependable variable. Our independent variables selected included location of university, percent of undergraduates enrolled, religious affiliation, percent of freshmen receiving federal student loans, percent of students admitted, tuition and fees, percent of total enrollment that are white, and percent of total enrollment that are women. For our regression equation, we did the 6-year graduation rate regression, and we found that we are 64% towards the way of perfectly predicting our 6-year graduation rate using these variables. The standard error shows us that we are 10.78 percentage points off on average using this model. For our data exploration, we created a tableau. For our tableau, you can see the nationwide averages such as average tuition, admittance rate, and graduation rate. If you go down here, you can see the map of average graduation rates across the United States. Darker red-orange the color, the lower the graduation rate. Darker blue, the higher the graduation rate is. For example, we have Washington with 65.53% average graduation rate and Rhode Island with 68.63%. So we have Rhode Island with the highest graduation rate, and we have Nevada with the lowest average graduation rate of 36%. If you see a more beige color, this will indicate that the average graduation rate is between 36% and 68.63%. When you hover over each state, you can see the top 5 schools in each state with the highest graduation rate first. For example, in Arizona, we see that it has an average graduation rate of 52.17%. The University of Arizona has the highest average graduation rate with 61%. We can also see up here to your top right the pie chart comparing the types of institutions. So we see we have way less public institutions than private. You can see that the graduation rates are not distributed evenly. The Northeast and Mid-Atlantic regions show higher averages, while the Southern and Southwest ones have lower averages. Next up, we can see the scatter plot of average tuition and fees. So we see that the higher the average the tuition and fees, the higher your graduation rate. But we can also see that the higher your graduation rate and tuition fees are, the more likely it is private. So on the top right, we can see all of these schools are private. And if you go lower down here, you can see that most of these are public schools. We do have a few outliers like this one, but for the most part, the ones that are higher up here are public and more expensive but have higher graduation rates. Then we can compare the groups by institution type. So we see private institutions cost way more than public. We can also see the admissions tier where we have highly selective schools have higher tuition and fees, while more inclusive ones and the ones that have higher open enrollment have lower tuition and fees. Lastly, we can see the campus setting. So cities have a higher tuition and fees and higher graduation rate. Suburbs also have higher graduation rates and higher average cost, but more rural and town areas will have lower graduation rates with lower average cost. Lastly, we have our recommendation. The U.S. Department should access 6-year graduation rates in conjunction with institutional characteristics rather than treating them all as isolated indicators of performance. The regression results demonstrate that graduation rates are significantly related to enrollment size, institution type, tuition, selectivity, and student demographics, indicating that cross-institution comparisons must account for these structural differences. Accordingly, regression models should be used as an explanatory tool to support equitable policy evaluation, not as definitive measures of institutional quality. We would like to thank you for taking the time to listen and review our presentation. If you have any questions or would like to further analyze, please do not hesitate to reach out to any of the members of the group using the emails provided below. Thank you.